Howdy ho, folks, it's Planko Cat here with my 4th Planet Coaster 1 Park Spotlight. Welcome to the video, and thank you for coming along with me to the unparalleled South Pacific paradise of Samaraa Park Part 4, Polynesia, created by, you guessed it, Genetic Soft. If you've been following this series thus far, then you can probably already guess that today's park is a PlayStation 5 park, the 4th installment of 7 superlatively themed parts of the same park that I'll be spotlighting over the course of the next few weeks. Incredibly, we've hit the halfway point in this showcase, and I sincerely want to thank all of you who have joined me in this adventure so far. And if you're new here, be sure to check out the other installments in this series. But in the meantime, we're glad to have you on board. Now, this park's description reads, craving sun, sand, palm trees, and blue water? This island paradise is your ideal destination. This area contains 3 flat rides, Rapoctopus, Coral Reef, and Compass, 1 dark ride, Lockjaw's Curse, where an adventure with the pirate Lockjaw awaits, and 1 multi-launch coaster from the manufacturer Intamin, Ta'aroa, which will propel you to 108 kilometers an hour to reach a height of 45 meters, or about 67 miles per hour and 147 feet respectively. Airtime and inversions are also part of the journey. He recommends putting the camera on the front of the train so that the journey is smooth as possible, so we'll be sure to do that. And as always, Genetic Soft thanks the content creators who have helped by contributing some elements from the workshop to his park, and finishes up by saying, "Our journey does not end here, friends. Get ready. Africa is waiting for us." And if you would like to follow me to that destination as well, are enjoying this series and would like to see more of the same, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at PlankoCat if you would like to have your park placed in the Planko Cat spotlight. That said, let's grab our tickets, buckle in, and ride on. And welcome to Samaraa Park, Part 4 Polynesia, starting here with a dedication to NH99SVW, M Bridgeman 72, Jan BK 1608, fantastic channel, and Dark Tony 62. Love how this creator, Genetic Soft, always finds time to thank the others in the community for the inspiration. I know I certainly take a ton of inspiration from multiple sources, both on YouTube, Instagram, all over the place, and of course on the workshop. So let's enter the park, starting off with our trademark Genetic Soft waiting time sign and signs for around the park. We've been to Magical Town, we've ridden Dwarven Mines and Skeleton Manor. We've done that, but here we are in Polynesia. And let's head on in. We've got Lockjaw's Curse, which honestly I think puts this park right up there with my favorite, which was America, but this one is close because of Lockjaw's Curse. And we'll head to the Intamin multi-launch first, but really I think the star of this park is Lockjaw's Curse, and you'll see why when we get there. It is absolutely incredible. And there is the Intamin multi-launch coaster there in the background, Ta'aroa. I'm going to mispronounce that multiple times, I'm sure. I'll get it. But let's take a look around this entrance here. I love how you can see the coaster just flying by in the background, peeking over the trees. I love this sculpture right here. Multiple sculptures in this park, made out of various shapes and pieces, and they're awesome. They're a sight to look at. But yeah, just the way the coaster just peaks above the trees there. Let's move a little bit quicker, and you can see the top hat off in the distance really draws you over there. But we did pass a souvenir shop, which I definitely want to hit up because he does these so well, and I love every single one, and every single one has been expertly themed to each park. So let's head on in. I love the log pieces. This is one of my favorite pieces to use, and one of the hardest to use because they're so large, and I can't wait to rescale the objects in Planet Coaster 2 because, man, I could do some awesome things with rescalable log pieces. But again, this souvenir shop, you've seen it in the first episode, the second episode, the third episode, which I released last week. But you know the deal, right? It's usable by the guests. There's an ATM machine over there in the corner, but it also feels like anything could be picked up off of a shelf and purchased here in the souvenir shop. So let's head on back out through the metal detectors. I did not take anything, did not buy anything, just took a look around, as you do. And across the plaza here, we've got some bathrooms, a seating area, which is usable by the guests, because a lot of times Genetic Soft will use makeshift tables and chairs. But yeah, this is also usable as well. We've got the Opal. I'm going to mispronounce that. That's some language for eat here, I'm guessing. Excuse me, janitor. Let's come back down off of this eating area. And there's a sign pointing to the Intamin launch coaster in the back. Ta'aroa. Alright, I'm getting better at that. We have this beautiful fountain here. This centerpiece. Just awesome. Great. Great. Using a lot of the adventure pieces, I believe. But before we head over to the coaster, because there's only one in this park, I do want to explore this side of the park. I love that waterfall right underneath Ta'aroa. It's really nice. And the different lighting that's used through the park, the scenery. Oh, there's Gulpy again. In every single park, I'm pretty sure so far, there's always been Gulpy, some poor Gulpy entertainer trapped over here with his handlers, making sure that he performs and is ready to go in case somebody wants their picture taken. So there he is. Always on the lookout for that in these parks. So that's great. Let's see, we off to the left here. Oh, the Tiki Bar. Yeah, look at the pitch on these roofs, the way that the thatching is used. And the lampposts as well. Yeah, really well done. Very lush, very vegetative. Yeah, something that you would expect to see in Polynesia. And I'm really excited. As you know, vegetation, any kind of trees, flowers, brings an area to life. Let's hop across this bridge. Nice rope bridge. Love the torches. Water feature. Another sculpture. It's like to be the same one, but different colors. But it works, right? It works. The sign telling us where and when things are. Oh, look, I did not see this on my first walkthrough. A kid's playground. Wow, now I've not seen a lot of these in other parks, so this looks to be made out of just your typical pirate pieces. There's a ladder. You've got some of the, looks maybe like the decking or some docks. And I love this seesaw, just made out of a plank and looks like some kind of, these might be iron pieces or something like that. Yeah, and a barrel for the hinge. Yeah, this is really cool. Again, not usable by the guests, but still awesome, right? I love putting things in my parks that the guests can't use, right? Can't use. Big waste of piece count, but it looks great. And the texture here, I'm not even sure. This might be painted this sandy color, which is awesome. I mean, that's really great, and it blends seamlessly with the actual path texture. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I did not see that. And that's why I love walking through these parks. If you've noticed, my last video and this video, I've chosen to go with Plip Cam, so you can really zoom in and see all the details instead of, fiddling with trying to fly through and miss trees and all of that. I really like to get down to the guest level to see exactly what the guests see. Sometimes you run into them, sometimes they walk across the camera, but it is worth it. I love these little bathrooms here. Right, just a place to do your business and then be on your way. And this, I did definitely see this on a couple of the walkthroughs I did. This is great. I love how they go into the tunnel and then out the tunnel. You've got great use of the skull with the mist, the waterfall in the middle, and this crow's nest. And it's very, it's just what the shapes are, but it's the way they're put together that really brings the ride to life. Because some of these flat rides, they need a little bit of imagination, and Genetic Soft does that perfectly. Over here we have the other flat ride, Coral Reef, which really sits well right here on the sight line. And there are so many sight lines that you're going to see. Compass, that's what this is called. There are some really great sight lines that you're going to see as we walk through this park. So they'll squeeze through these guests. And there's Lockjaw's Curse, which is just magnificent to walk out of. You walk out of that lush vegetation and you come upon this massive edifice at the back of the park. And we're going to zoom out after we ride Lockjaw's Curse, because there are some things that you need to see that Genetic Soft does so well. So well. There's the exit for that flat ride. So we'll come out here, and I believe we've seen just about half of the park already. I mean, his parks aren't very large, right? This is at 97% on console, right, on the PS5. So that all of that percentage goes into the detail, as I've said in my other videos. But we've reached the back of the park, and we're going to head over to to Aroa. Got it that time, I believe, in a bit here. But I really just love exploring all of these areas. And this is great interaction with to Aroa here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we can see it come right over the top hat. And we'll just kind of watch it zoom by and zoom overhead. Right, besides the coasters, you know, places like these in theme parks are among my favorite because you're not on the ride, but, you know, you kind of get a different perspective. You can enjoy it in a different way. I love that stall, right? I mean, this coaster, if you haven't put your finger on it, it's very Velocicoaster-esque, right? With the top hat and the stall that goes over the pathway. And I had the pleasure of riding Velocicoaster back in March, and wow, what a fantastic ride. And I'm excited to hop on this one. I mean, that stall, there's the top hat again. The stall over the pathway. I mean, I got a ride in the daytime and then at night, and wow, it was something special. It was something special. So I can't wait to hop on this ride. And it looks like it does a little bit more than Velocicoaster, right? It's not exactly the same, but you can see where the inspiration comes from. But let's head back past this other statue. I mean, there's so much to see in this park. I really want to make sure that I give it my time and attention, but I also want to get over to the coaster. It's hard. It's a delicate balance when you're doing one of these spotlights because you want to see everything, right? And as a builder myself and a creator myself, you put a lot of time and effort to so many of the details. And when someone else walks through your park, you really want to say, like, hey, you know, check this out, or this took this many hours, or I really struggled with this. And so I think it's really important to take the time. It's not all about the roller coasters, right? It's about the experience. It's about the immersion that creators go to in order to create such magnificent places for us to spend our time, right? Which is the most valuable thing that you can give. But now I'm rambling on. But we've made it to Aroa, and this plaza is just great. I don't think this was in the intro video, but here's another fantastic statue. And then we will pop out, and I like to pick things apart. I think I'm going to pick some things apart in this particular episode because everything here is, you know, put together in such a way. I mean, look at that. That it's a testament to all the stuff that we can create in Planet Coaster with what we've been given, especially on console. But let's hop on to Aroa. I'm getting better at saying that. About a 30-minute wait, and we'll hop in. And I love this station, right? I love this station. Look at the woodwork up here, the different pieces that are used. This is why I love PlipCam, because you can easily miss this if you're not at guest level. So priority pass. We usually take the priority pass route, but let's see where this goes. We'll take the general admission path because I'm sure there's some great stuff back here and some great interactions with the coaster on the back half that you can't get in the priority pass line. So, you know, you can pay all that extra money, but you're missing some really cool interactions. And there it goes. Yeah, the back half of this coaster, I believe this is the front half actually, comes right out of the station, kind of zooms by. Right, here it comes. Yeah, you really get up close in this part of the line. So we'll zoom this way, and we'll cut all of these folks. Cross a bridge here. And then try not to get stuck on anything because that would be absolutely terrible. And I think we're getting closer to the station. Yes, here we are. Yeah, the back half of the station. Again, just as impressive. All right, here we go. I believe we've made it. Yes. All right, we are in the station. We made it. Heck of a line, but definitely worth it for the views of the coaster that you can't get from anywhere else in the park. And it's a really well done station. I love these dividers, these lane separators. That's really well done. You have your bins over there on the far side for train 1, 2, and 3. So this does run 3 trains. It is a people mover, which is awesome. Okay, so that's enough of me rambling on. Let's hop over to the front and we'll take a ride on Taaroa. See you on the other side. Wow. Wow. What a rush. What a fantastic coaster. So much fun. So much fun. Everything from the head choppers, the interactions with the rocks, the twists, the turns, just the right amount of inversions. You get lost, right? You get lost. It goes so many different places throughout the park. And it's so well paced as well. From the first half of the coaster where you're kind of shot out of the station and then into that second launch and then into the third launch, and it hits this Mosasaurus roll perfectly, right? It's not moving too fast, and it feels like you are just flying by, but taking a look off-ride, you can see that it hits it just perfectly, right? You're not suffering from whiplash, it's not uncomfortable, and what a great viewpoint right here. This might be a contender for sightline of the park, right? Because you can just see so much track that you traverse, and it really never feels like it slows down as it goes over the stall, and then it hits that back section, and we'll watch it as it comes by again, because, I mean, why not, right? Why not? You know, this is why you stand in places like this, right? For shots like that. The water effects, the triggers, yeah, really very fun. And you could see the inspiration, right? The Velocicoaster inspiration, the Mosasaurus roll, the top hat, the stall. But it's not the same. It's not the same, but the spirit is. And that's hard to do. That's hard to capture. And Genetic Soft, well done. Right, well done. Yeah, really love that. I could ride it again, but we don't have the time in the video to do just that. So we'll keep going and make our way over to Lockjaw's Curse, because we've seen the front half of the park and the far side of the park. We'll take a quick gander because we did not cross this bridge here. We'll take a look at Repoctopus. We did see this fountain here at the beginning, but here's just another view of Repoctopus. I believe I'm saying that right. But just a couple of flat rides, one coaster, and one dark ride. That's it, but it feels like a very large park. So we will head toward Lockjaw's Curse. And the sense of foreboding that you get as you pass these statues, one's very angry and one looks very upset. This is the kind of detail that I'm talking about. And even the eyes, right? The expression, the way that one's eyebrows are down. These eyebrows are angled. I mean, if you get a chance to walk through this park, if you're on PS5, you're on console, yeah, take a walk through, because I'm not going to be able to get every single detail in this walkthrough. I'm not, or else the video would be over an hour long, and we don't want that, do we? Or else, you know, I could, but No, I want to get to Lockjaw's Curse. And if you want to see me walk through this park at night, let me know down in the comments, or any of the parks that I've done so far, because I would love to see these parks at night. I mean, I have, but it would be nice to do them if you would want to see that. So let me know down in the comments if you want to see these parks at night, because I will definitely do a walkthrough. But let's stand here for a minute and take a look at this massive facade. And like I said, once we're done with Lockjaw's Curse, I'm going to zoom out and kind of just take a look at what this looks like from above. Because from guest level, you can't tell that there is a massive, massive dark ride inside. Right? All you see is this facade. It looks like a bunch of buildings that have just been put together. But inside you've got Lockjaw's Curse. And I think to do this justice, we're going to have to take a look at Lockjaw's Curse at night. We're going to walk through the queue line at night. So that's what we'll do. I'll see you in a bit. The reason that we are here, Lockjaw's Curse. If you've stuck around this far, congratulations. You're in for a wonderful treat. Even looking at this at night, right? Looking at this facade at night should tell you all that you're in store for. This entire plaza really is wonderfully lit. Wonderfully lit. And there's already a story being told, and you'll see that as we walk through the queue line. You'll have to excuse the guests, but this is the only way to really experience Lockjaw's Curse. And if you've seen my other videos, my other spotlights of Genetic Soft's parks, you'll know that he does these indoor queue lines so well. The way the lighting is just perfect and tells a story throughout the entire queue line. Right here it says enter at night. So I knew that before I even walk through this queue line. I was like, we're gonna have to go through here at night, because I know that there is something in store. The way the stars are simulated through these windows here, the way it feels like you're in a cave, the cool lighting, how it turns from this kind of bright warm glow and you've got these splashes of blue and purple. You enter the captain's cabin. This is still the queue line, but it's telling a story. The moonbeams flooding through the windows, the captain himself in his quarters, commanding his ship. The accents all throughout, and it really tells a story. And you get to this, and you look out onto the station as you cross over this dark ride. Yes, and it is a boat ride, right? It's a boat ride. But it's so much more than that. So we'll wind our way, and you start to see some vegetation here, and it really just opens up after going through the captain's cabin, and it opens up into this pirate village at night. We scooch down here. There we go, because I really want to get the effect. Once you're down here, and you've gone through the queue line, and you just take a moment to look around at the vegetation, the different buildings inside of another building. You see the queue line way up there where we came through into this station. And this should tell you everything that you need to know about what we're in store for. So let's not waste any time. Let's hop on. We have a boat here. This is Lockjaw's Curse, and I will see you at the end. Enjoy. and welcome back, riders. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, go back and ride it again, because there's so much to unpack in this ride. There's so much going on that it's hard to appreciate just from following the boat around the track. I mean, you really have to get a sense of scale and imagination and creativity, which we're going to do as soon as we exit the line, because there's still some things that I want to check out. We have this photo booth here incorporated into the exit line. And what I really love is right around this corner, not only do you have the turnstiles, but you have this massive gift shop. This huge, well-lit, well-decorated, well-kitted out gift shop that you have to walk through, okay, Theme Park Design 101, as you exit the ride, right? And it's usable by guests. I believe there's even an ATM machine and some vending machines. Just an ATM machine over there, just a memento, and Hat's Fantastic as you exit the shop. And you even have these registers here for anything that you want to purchase. So let's walk through the metal detectors. Didn't buy anything, although after riding something like that, I would definitely be inclined to. A shirt, a hat, something like that. But we're going to switch it back to daytime, because I want to zoom out and put the HUD on the screen and pick this apart, because you really have to see it from a creator's point of view, from a builder's point of view, to truly appreciate all that has gone into this dark ride. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'll see you then. And here we go. Outside of Lockjaw's curse, the UI is on the screen, the notifications are off. Let's take a look under the hood. I'm starting here with the front of the building, because from Plipcam, right, from guest level, it looks ginormous, right? If that's even a word. It looks gigantic, it looks enormous. I'm just going to combine the two, because that's what it looks like from guest level. But then when you zoom out, this is incredible. You zoom out and you see this absolutely mammoth building behind it, and the facade looks so tiny compared to the rest of this building. And if you take a look from the bird's eye view, you can see that this building is pretty much the same size of the entire rest of the park, and that's just amazing, right? You could almost just about fit everything that we've walked through into that building. And when you take a look, right, you squint your eyes and you can see that the front of the building, right, from the guest view, is just a tiny bit of the rest of it. And that's just great theme park design. You hide what you don't want the guests to see, and you show them what you want them to see. And Genetic Soft has taken that to heart with this build, and it really is a sight to behold. Not only that, but all of the detail on the roof, the air conditioning units, the pipes, the tanks, all of this for building this size is absolutely necessary. Do the guests see it? No. If you were walking around in Plipcam mode, would you know that they were there? Absolutely not. But you know what? He did it anyway. And it's that dedication to detail that makes these parks so fantastic. So if you haven't yet, take a look at his other parks. Take a look at my other videos spotlighting his parks, because the level of detail is through and through a consistent mark of this creator. So let's take a look under the hood. Let me delete this roof here. That's something like 2,444 pieces. I mean, just the roof alone, when you think about that 97%. Just taking that roof off, by the way, if you noticed, dropped 3 percentage points off of the meter. So, I mean, wow. Wow, no wonder. But so let's take a look inside, right? Because everything from the beginning, which was probably one of my favorite parts, and we'll get to my favorite part here in a bit, but I love all the vegetation that he was able to put in this ride. And even more so, we'll take a look at this in another part, but he actually built a lake, right? Filled it with water and then ran the ride through that. And I really love that, wandering through. Let me switch the camera up, because you can do things like this. You can place a boat over here and it looks like you're in the same body of water. You're not, right? There is the edge of the track. But it feels like you're in this, almost kind of like this swamp, right? You're in the jungle. There are no tracks. You could veer off to this side. Oh, there's an alligator, right? You could run into that. You could run into the rocks. You could run into the trees. There's another boat just sitting off to the side, and it feels like you're all in the same body of water and that you're not being pulled along on a track, right? Love that, especially at night, the way the lights bounce and reflect off of that water. Really, really awesome. And my favorite part right here, this pirate ship, this entire scene, this battle, it really opens up. And I'll show you when I put the roof back on, because he needed an extra couple of stories to fit that ship in. But the back and forth, Captain Lockjaw screaming orders at his crew to fire, the cannon shot, the gunshots, the splashes left and right, and you are in the middle of it all. And at night, it looks majestic. Even the moon, you can see here at night, the way the mist kind of creates this cloud effect in front of the moon as it peeks through. And I believe there's a spotlight on it to kind of make it glow as a full moon would. My favorite part of this ride, because that ship is massive. Imagine the level of detail it took to put that together. And I'll put the roof back on quickly so you can see. Yeah, he needed a couple extra stories to put that in there. Let's take the roof back off. And I want to show you here. We'll take a look at that village in a bit. But I was playing around with this, and I want to get rid of this section here. But you can only get rid of up to 5,000 pieces at a time. So I've got to kind of be strategic what I get rid of here. Get rid of that. And that should bring us under, but I don't want to get rid of too much. Okay, so that's 4,784. We'll leave the ride in, and then we can delete. Yeah, there we go. So this is just one of the lakes that he put into this ride. And you could see the terrain is not easy. We all know that. Terrain is not an easy thing to work with. Neither is water in Planet Coaster. But Genetic Soft was able to do it. And you can see how he runs the track through this body of water. And you've even got Captain Lockjaw here, which is an actual entertainer, stuck on a lonely piece of path in the middle of this massive building, just like Gulpy is on the other side of the park, perpetually doomed to perform for guests as they walk or ride by. So, kudos to him, right, for doing such a great job. But yeah, I mean, this is the idea, though, right? You dig a ditch, you fill it with water, and you run a ride through it. And that's done on the other side as well, over in this jungle area. But let's put everything back. We'll put the captain back on his ship. And we'll just take a bird's eye view of this village, which in the dark feels massive, right? But it's just a simple turn. Just a simple turn. But in the dark, with so much going on around you, it feels like you're in this village forever, right? For a long time. Longer time than you certainly are. You head down another drop and then into the cave. And again, you can see it's the rock work just to create that effect, right? Because the dark does the rest, right? If it's dark and the ceiling is black and it's high enough, you really can't see it, right? You really can't see it. But a few rocks here and a few rocks there, that's all you need to really tell the story. And then, of course, you head back into the station, right? Not very large when you look at it from this angle with the roof off. But when we walked through in the queue line, it seemed massive because the roof was so high and because you were so enclosed for the longest time that when you came out into the station, it just felt larger than it was. You know, these tricks of the eye, right? These tricks of the eye are so hard to do. But when you take the roof off, you can see the genius behind them. And there's the gift shop that I was gushing over, right? And this would be the exit path right underneath here. And that's all it is. Let's walk through the walls here so you can see. Yep, there's the gift shop, right? But from above, it's just another box, right? With a couple of roof pieces posted on, a couple of shops sticking out. But it doesn't matter when you put a giant roof over all of this. So let me put everything back how it was, because I want to leave it like I found it, because it's fantastic how it is. And that's Lockjaw's Curse, and that is part 4 of Samaraa Park, Polynesia. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. It was an absolute joy walking through this park and exploring this park with you. I really thank you guys for coming along and continuing with this series. I can't wait to do the next one, Africa. I feel like that's going to be right up there again with another one of my favorite parks. I know that I say that every episode, but each park does just get better and better. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for coming along. I'll see you next week. This is Planko Cat signing off. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.